he brags a lot. People say I have money. People say that I'm rich. Do I look rich? Like, he only talks on mouth, but he never gives you a dime. He never even gives you anything. He cares about looking at you looking beautiful, pretty, but he never even cares to know how much you bought that with. In today's video, we are going to learn about signs that he's just using you. He's not ready for any commitment, any marriage. Keep watching. Number one, he never wants you to talk about marriage. The only thing he will say, don't rush things. It is still time. It's not yet the right time. Sometimes they get so angry, they pretend like you're so desperate, and you feel like, if I ask him about marriage, I'm going to be desperate. He's going to think I'm not yet patient, because he knows that he's not going to marry you. Everyone's desire during a relationship is to drive it up to marriage. But if you date someone who just wants to date for fun, have sex, fun him around, hey, that is a very bad red flag. If you know you're dating someone and every time you talk about marriage, he just gets angry and he gives you stories, let's just be friends, it's not yet the right time, I feel I'm not ready, don't you also talk about marriage? Every time you are talking about marriage, don't pressurize me. Just know that, hey, he's not going to marry you. But two, he always demands for sex. Sex is his language that he understands better. Every call, every time, it is sex. Actually, this type of man will always ignore your text messages. Hello, how are you? He will blue tick them and he won't answer you until when he feels like he wants you. He just wants to use you for his own satisfaction. He doesn't even care about your own feelings. He doesn't care about how you feel about him. These guys are very smart. Every time you sense danger and maybe you want to pull out, you want to be like, this guy doesn't talk to me, let me just ignore him. That is when he will come with, can I take you out? Can we go for dinner tonight? Can you come to my house? And after he has slept with you, the following day you will call him and he will not answer. The third day you will text him and he will not reply you. That man, he's not cold, he's not hot. You really cannot understand him. You only understand the language of sex. If this is a man who only wants your booty, just know that he's not going to marry you. He's not cold, he's not warm. You can't understand him. If he's so demanding on sex, if you don't give him sex, he gets offended, he gets angry. Just know that he's only around you because of what you give him. The third thing, this type of guy, he never wants you to talk about his phone. He can be receiving very many phone calls from women, from anyone. And when you talk, he will only tell you, you don't trust me. This is my phone. He doesn't want you to talk about his phone. He doesn't even want you to look at it. Whenever you're with him and they call him, he has to move out to go and call, to go and pick a call. He never wants to be free with you. He's so private. He doesn't want you to know any of his things. This type of guy looks to be a player. Because if you are dating someone who really loves you and wants to spend the future with you, why would they behave like that? What would it cost him to tell you this is someone who has just called me? Be careful. These small red flags that we see during relationship, they are very, very important. You still have a lot of time. You're still beautiful. You're still valuable. You don't have to fall in the hands of a person that is not going to take very good responsibility of you. Be very careful. Number 4, this type of guy is very selfish. He likes favors after favors. You go with him out and then he be like, hey, today can you pay the bills? It's okay to pay for your boyfriend or fiancé bills. But every day, he wants to laugh around and you end up paying transport. You end up paying bills. You end up paying, everything. And when you don't do that, if it is his birthday and you don't do anything, he's going to get offended, he's going to quarrel. But when it is your own birthday, Not even a birthday message, not even a happy birthday. You know, these type of guys are just using you. They are not going to marry you. He's Sophie only centered on himself. When you call him and you tell him you're sick, he's going to tell you, so now what are you going to do? Buy some Panadol. Go to the hospital. He cannot even just say, let me come and see you. Maybe let me drop off. He cannot even drive in their cars. Selfishness is very dangerous and it's a very bad red flag. Number 5, he will always tell you, I'm busy. Not until he wants you. He's busy at night, busy during the day. Sometimes he's not even married, but because you are not his priority, he will not look at your calls as important. Let me tell you, no one should deceive you that a man can be too busy not to talk to his wife, not to talk to his fiancé. A man pursues who he loves. As long as he loves you, even if he's the president of the world, even if he's the president of everywhere, he will find time to speak to his girlfriend. If this type of guy spends centuries without even replying your messages, without talking to you, you are the one to call, you call a lot of times, he doesn't call, he doesn't pick you. When he picks you, he doesn't even feel sorry for not picking you up on time. He doesn't even give you a clear reason. He always tells you, I am busy. Busy, busy, busy. Who wants to marry a busy guy who doesn't have time for even his own wife? That type of guy, you are even not even the second on his list. Be very careful. Every woman wants a man who will treat him like a queen, a man who cares and talks to you as your husband. If this type of guy doesn't spare time to speak with you, oh God, hey, you must be dating a ninja. 6, he's always smart. He will never take you to his house. You will never know his house. Some of them even know how to rent a house, like 6 of them, and maybe drive cars, changing here and changing there, or borrow the cars. And whenever he comes, you will always never know his part of residence. You never know where he stays. You can never know his people. He's so private. He's really smart because he doesn't want you not to follow him up. Every person who is interested in marrying you will always desire to show you where they come from. Maybe tell his friends about you. This type of friend will always not tell them, she's just a colleague, she's my friend. You cannot proudly introduce you because so many times they fear that their friends are going to think that they are changing women like any clothes, because for them they know how many women they have had. So they cannot be free to tell people that she's my girlfriend. Yeah, if you're moving with a guy who is not proud of you, doesn't want to introduce you to even his friends, no one knows you, ooh, 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 that is very dangerous. Be very careful. And the last one, this type of guy is braggart. Like, he brags a lot. People say, I have money. People say that I'm rich. Do I look rich? Like, he only talks on mouth, but he never gives you a dime. He never even gives you anything. He cares about looking at you looking beautiful, pretty, but he never even cares to know how much you bought that weave, that hair, he brags a lot. He speaks more than he acts. Be very careful. Such type of guys spend their money with other people that they love. A guy, when he loves you, he will always spend his money on you. But even if he's poor to which extent, if you have not had anything from him, just know that he's not interested in you. If he's interested in you, he will give you. If he's not giving you, just bragging around you, me, they say I'm growing big, they say I'm growing. Just know that he's selfish. Be very careful. This year should be a year of being careful and sorting your fiancés like the way you're sorting rice, so that you will not fall in the ditch again. Be very careful. I know a lot of red flags can be added to this video, but this video can enlighten your eyes. If you haven't yet subscribed, it's a kind reminder that you subscribe. Turn on the notification bell that every time I upload a video, you'll be the first to know. Thank you so much. Road to 1,000 subscribers. Please keep sharing the video. Leave a comment for us. God bless you. Happy New Year.